A view of I-40 in Chesapeake Energy Arena, taken from the Skydance Bridge in Oklahoma City. That's our setting tonight. It's Friday night, 2K Sports. We're going to bring you the NBA in all its excitement. This is Carlin, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Horford.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Sixers coach Brett Brown helped build this team from ground zero. There were some lean years in Philly, but Brown helped set the values and the culture for this team. Brown said, "Can you teach? Can you cultivate relationships? And do you bring energy? Those 3 qualities are what I've hoped to create throughout my tenure here." Kevin, mission accomplished.
He's done a terrific job. Thanks, David. There should be plenty of fireworks out in the backcourt tonight in this one. Of the guards you played alongside, who was the best combination passer scorer?
Oh, man, Kev, you put me on the hot seat. That's a tough one. I just got to give everybody
a
shout
lot of them,
out.
though, didn't you?
I can test today. I got to go with my boy Rod Strickland when I played with him at the Wizards. Finisher ever, and he led the league in assists. My boy Jay Will, shout out to White Chocolate. I mean, he is one of the most creative players I ever played with, but he could shoot it from a guy that liked to shoot it from Curry Lamb, and he could pass it. And then lastly, I'd have to, of course, go with my man Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby could do it all. So I've been blessed to play and fortunate to play with some great scorers and combination passers in this league.
3 terrific names. Oh, look at the 76ers starting group. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Ferguson in at the 3 spot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good work defensively by Richardson. From the line, here's Horford. Drops in the layup for 2.
Oh, you better put a body on Horford. I mean, when you don't, he's more than content to torch you like this.
Paul against Simmons. Here's the lob to Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Now here's Simmons. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Magic in Orlando. Here's Harris. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
Yeah, Greg, when you're not connecting from deep, you got to mix it up. I mean, look to score inside more. Didn't do enough of it.
Gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Richardson outside. To the middle. Here's Embiid, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Superb focus from the big man. Embiid, I mean, you really have to whack him to prevent the bucket.
And you look at Joel Embiid, maybe the best 2-way big man, Chris, in the NBA today. If there's anything he needs to work on, what would that be?
Well, I still think that there's room for growth as far as his playmaking. I mean, Kevin, he's going to command double teams on a nightly basis. So it's all about taking advantage of the defense for sending that extra man. I've ever seen a center who could play bully ball in the paint, then step out and hit the 3, then give you the handles in the mix like Joel Embiid. I mean, him and Boogie Cousins are really the only 2 that come to mind.
And even though Embiid has that deep range, he prefers to throw his weight around inside.
And he should, Kevin. And at times, the lack of spacing has forced him to step outside. I mean, he's as gifted as you can get on that block. I mean, you got to get him the ball down there with space to work.
And Fred from Gallinari. Well, last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now, on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
No good on the second free throw. And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, that's something that they scouted him coming into tonight. They know he can make this shot. That's a poor effort defensively.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Stevens picks one up. With new coaches, Chris, how long do you think it usually takes a new system to get the kinks out and work properly?
Yeah, hopefully you have veteran players because they can adapt the system a little bit quicker. Younger players, they might not, know the lingo. They might not know necessarily where to be. So you have to practice. And with practice time not being as a premium like it used to be, it's a little tougher. So it takes a while. You want to make sure you kind of look at the season, 82 games. You look at it in 4 20-game stretches. And you hope by that second 20-game stretch, you're into finding your rhythm as a team, and the team's starting to hone in on those little details.
Good perspective. Mike Muscala is checked in for Oklahoma City. And Richardson drops them both.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fellow.
Simmons against Paul. Gallinari surveying the deep. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Embiid. That one, no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
But there was a good back and forth between these teams last year, if you remember. You'd expect it to be pretty even.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Richardson the pass to Horford. The layup missed.
That's a shot they're always happy to give, even when he blows the finish.
Here's Ferguson, guarded by Harris. Dishes it to Paul. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Muscala, 5 on the clock. Yep, that one goes.
Oh, the time couldn't have been better on that assist.
The 76ers leading by 3. Pass to Harris. Richardson outside. Back to Harris. The 19-foot shot, and there it is for him. Harris has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, such an efficient scorer. If you give Harris these opportunities, he'll punish you from there.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 11 points for him in that last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Here's Paul. Fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Ben Simmons.
Got to be careful how you guard Paul. Look, he's adept at drawing contact.
Well, C-Web, Chris Paul can make some fancy passes every so often, but he's considered a great passer for making the right pass at the right time.
Yeah, Kevin, and it always doesn't have to be about the no-look pass. I mean, Paul is effective by making simple, fundamental passes and keeping his turnovers down. As impressive as his assist totals are, they are even more incredible when you put them up by his low turnover numbers.
First free throw is good. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Now here is Harris. 8 points his last outing. Simmons inside. Defended by Paul. And it's Simmons. That time on the assist from Harris.
What focus from the young guard. I like how Simmons stayed locked in on scoring despite the contact.
Paul against Simmons. Paul passes to Muscala. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Here's Muscala.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Richardson kicks to Simmons. On the wing, Harris. Got a piece of it. The shot that time, not on target. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Paul against Simmons to Muscala. Lets it go from deep. That shot off.
Even for a player who's not a three-point specialist, I mean, that's a shot you got to knock down.
And there's the pass to Richardson. Back to Simmons. Yep, that one goes in there.
The physicality of Simmons on display. Showing some fight and fearlessness with plays like this.
Inside, Gallinari, and it's sent back by Horford. And they're able to recover, and he gets it back. And stolen by Simmons. That one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Chris Paul picks it up. The 76ers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
At the line is good. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Diallo, he's checked in for Ferguson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. There's the talk about lowering the minimum draft age from 19 back to 18. And just how much of a difference does that 1 year make in a player's maturity?
It makes so much difference. I mean, you're young, you're coming into a league, you're playing against grown men. Just physically, your body hasn't been able to catch up. How do you handle the travel, being away from your family? Many times this guy's first time being away from their families that long. So it is a maturity process, but at the same time, there's only such a few. And if you're one of the few that have the skill set and you're ready to come to this level, we should welcome you with open arms.
And slam dunk by Harris.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Scotty's checked in for Joel Embiid. James Ennis comes in for Tobias Harris. And it's Korkmaz in for Josh Richardson. Now, here's Shooter. 9 points last game. Noel up top. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Now here's Simmons. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Lays it up off the glass. Simmons got 6 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. Good work defensively by Horford.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
Simmons against Schroeder. No good from Simmons. Thunder trailing by 10. Throws it up high, and Noel throws it down.
And that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now here's Simmons. 6 points for him. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here.
And a moment here to check out the stats for Horford. Averaging about 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
I think if you talk to anyone on this team, they believe in his abilities 100%.
Good.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Schroeder passes to Noel. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Korkmaz. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And here's Ennis. He's coming off a 10-point game against Orlando. Just 4 to shoot. From deep 3-point range, no good from Simmons. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Thunder. Trailing by 10. Took him no time at all on that one.
But you know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Simmons on the wing. Shoots over Schroeder. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Simmons got 10 points in the game.
He's pulling out all the tricks this quarter. They can't figure out how to stop him.
Pass to Baisley. Now Diallo. To the inside. Noel.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Here's Korkmaz. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Ennis taking his time here. Back to Simmons. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. 12 points for him.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 12. He kicks it to Horford. And it's Baisley with the rebound.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to the right wing. Here's Baisley, guarded by Horford. Baisley passes to Schroeder. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Diallo, no good. Here's Korkmaz. Gilgeous Alexander covering. Now Simmons at the elbow. Horford. It's good. And the 76ers lead by 9.
Look, I love how Simmons makes his teammates better. He's consistent at looking to get them going.
From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Philadelphia ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position. You know, every night you look at the board, the coach is pretty much going to say, their team goes as such and such goes. You know what I mean? So that's the toughest part, and that's probably the funnest part, too, because it's competition.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Mike Scott out there with Korkmaz. Then there's Horford. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Thibault in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Diallo. Oh, here's Schroeder. That shot off the mark. Nice D from Scott. The 76ers leading by 9.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
And he knocks down the first one. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. Paul comes in for Diallo. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Al Horford. He doesn't get the second one.
Yeah, Kevin, and think about this. The Sixers last season took the Raptors to 7 games in the Eastern semis. That buzzer-beating series-ending fall-away jumper 4 times bouncing on the rim by Kawhi. Philly hoping to go further this time.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Listen, you can count on Paul to find the open man. His court awareness simply off the charts.
Pass to Thibault. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Goes back up, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Straight up effort gets him those points. That's what it's all about on the offensive glass.
And for the Sixers, 2 consecutive seasons, Chris, getting knocked out in the second round. How did they get over the hump?
Well, Kevin, first you want to start with health. And then after, can you guys stay healthy? How about the chemistry? The East is wide open. They have the talent to beat anybody.
And the Thunder making a change here. Gallinari's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Embiid. Chris, you've been a commentator for the NBA Vegas Summer League. Amazing how much that event has grown.
Oh, how about this year? The Chinese, the Croatian national team. I mean, come on. This is a global game, and we're bringing all of them to Vegas to let fans go up in there and watch them and watch rookies at a young, early age and see the best players. I mean, this is awesome. You got to love how forward-thinking the NBA is. This is really cool to watch.
It is. Now here is Harris following the shot by Chris Paul.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
We talk about killer instinct all the time. He definitely has it. He's keeping his foot on the pedal here.
Here's Adams. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Here's Thibault. Straight D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Thunder trailing by 12. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive. That edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Harris passes to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? I mean, he's a wing that knows how to move the ball.
Schroeder outside. Rob. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. It's stolen by Schroeder. Over in the corner, Paul. Over Richardson. No good on that one. And Philadelphia the other way now. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Gallinari. Here's Thibault. No points in the game yet for him. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Mike Muscala is checked in for Oklahoma City. Now here's Richardson. He has 6, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
Here's Thibault. 5 to shoot. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Scott, and there's the call on Joel Embiid. That'll be his second foul of the game. Thunder trailing by 12. Here's Ferguson. Kicks to Paul. Gallinari against Embiid. Back to Paul. The 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And the three-point shots become one of Paul's favorites. Consistent at knocking it down.
Pass to Embiid. Basket counts. Embiid's got 10 points in the game.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Oh, I do too, Greg. You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut back down again to single digits with those points from Paul. Thibault, the pass to Embiid. Here's Thibault. Tipped away. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Gallinari. And another shot. It's hauled in by Harris. And it's Harris with the ball for Philadelphia. They can look forward to the Cavaliers after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now here's Paul. He's got 7. Muscala dishes to Gallinari. Back to Muscala. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Harris. A three-pointer off the mark. Philadelphia leading by 11. Richardson outside. Back to Harris. Embiid, the pass to Thibault. He kicks it to Harris. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Ferguson for three, gets the three-pointer to fall. Ferguson's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Thunder. Thibault, the pass to Embiid. Here's Thibault. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Whistle blows, basket is good, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Ferguson. Ennis, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Chris, with every team looking to maximize floor space, which big men are the deadliest from outside? Have a shot that you've got to respect.
Oh, well, I think you got to go with a few. Just rapid fire. You got to go with that man, Mr. Towns, out there in Minnesota. How about Blake Griffin, what he did for the Pistons, just shooting, knocking those threes down. Now, I got to give my man Big Lopez a shout-out. He shoots it deep from Curryland out there for the Milwaukee Bucks. So much fun watching these guys. And don't forget about Big Marc Gasol. He'll let it fly from deep as well.
He will, and they're all effective.
Oh, very effective.
He hit 1 3, and well has been totally dry for him in the second.
And stolen by Richardson. Down low. Now the 76ers on the break. The offensive rebound. And Adams sends it back. Against Paul. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Richardson. The 76ers leading by 11. Ennis with the ball. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Harris. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Now, here is Gallinari. And here is Muscala. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And slam dunk by Harris.
It's easy to forget about the athleticism of Harris until he dunks on your head, and he's happy to remind you of it on that play like that.
Ball against Harris. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Chris Paul. Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Passes to Harris. Here's Thibault. Back to Harris. Shot clock at 6. Embiid trying to break loose. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and well, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harris. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
Harris drops them both.
I mean, you look at the all-around game of Harris. He's even been good from the free throw line.
Paul passes to Noel. Over Horford. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Noel. So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to the Magic in Orlando.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Yeah, Greg, and maybe the crowd had an effect on them. I mean, who knows? I mean, they looked uncomfortable at the line.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession.
In a moment here to check out the numbers for Ben Simmons. Second in steals, 15th in assists, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And back to your point, number 2 in steals, he's just a tireless worker. Plays that hard-nosed, on-ball defense. Most guys just can't disengage from him. Oklahoma City on D. 11-point game. Now here's Ennis. D right on him. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 3rd assist on the night.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 6. And he lobs it up, and Noel throws it down.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Schroeder against Simmons. .112 left here in the second. Here's Harris. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Thunder trailing by 11. Here's Baisley. Shoots the 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
That's a nice play. Getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that. But either way, it's a tough shot.
Ennis passes to Horford. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
As great as he is offensively, Kevin, Al Horford is even better on defense. Not a volume shot blocker or rebounder, but he's strong, agile, and always in the right place.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
Earning more and more recognition for all the things he does. Horford's finally gone from underrated to appreciated.
So Ferd gets 2.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
The pass to Noel. Schroeder outside. Back to Noel. Doubling with Simmons. Noel with it. And it's Horford picking him up. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. Clock at 6. From downtown.
Oh, it's such a disciplined defender. I mean, Horford with the mobility to get to the right spot and put his size to use.
Outside, Simmons. One doesn't drop. He got it up. And no good. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
we got to protect the paint. They're getting way too many easy baskets. That's us communication on front and the post and, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Ben Simmons had it going on in the first quarter. He had 12 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. That part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. Got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
And over to Kenny. Your thoughts on the Thunder?
I look at the lack of free throw attempts as a key indicator. Because the funny thing about getting to the charity stripe, you have to earn it. You have to put your body in harm's way and be physically willing to take the hit. Right now, one team's playing aggressively and the other team isn't. That's the big difference in the score.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Thunder trailing by 10. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for Oklahoma City right now, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul, and it's Ferguson in at the small forward. Clock is at 3, and Gallinari kicks to Paul. And a miss there on the triple.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Thunder, trailing by 13. After this one, they take on the Clippers at the Staples Center. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
Awesome timing on the rejection. Embiid, the big fella. You don't want to bring it in around this guy.
Simmons passes to Harris. They grab their own miss. Embiid. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a look now at the Thunder's upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Tuesday, they'll be facing off against DeMarcus Cousins and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Yeah, and I love the fans in Philly. They're notoriously prickly, though. They expect hard-nosed effort. If not, they'll let you hear about it. But this is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and they're not playing with much intensity.
Harris passes to Simmons. Fades. And he overshot that one, missing. As you're talking about the Philly fans, they were even booing their team in that conference semifinal round against Toronto.
Yeah, they got nervous with the season on the line. You can't take it personal. In Philly, they love you just as much as they boo you.
And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Just 5 to shoot. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Gallinari's got 5.
They needed that. I mean, they were getting a little tense after starting the half 0 for 3.
To the middle, Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half.
Only 1 for 5 to start the half. I mean, whatever adjustments they made at halftime weren't the right ones.
Here's Simmons. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. Just need to calm down, play their game.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Paul. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the rejection by Embiid.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Here's one of the most versatile scorers in the game, Tobias Harris. He had some great teachers, too, including Hall of Famer George the Iceman Gervin.
Yeah, well, check this out, Kevin. His father was Gervin's agent late in his career. I mean, from age 10, Tobias got to train at Gervin's facility every summer. And they still work out to this day. That's a real one. Harris learned it from a great how to get buckets.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Look at Oklahoma City. They were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, with the start they've had, they've taken what was such a hopeful preseason and turned the mood sour.
Well, it's clear they didn't do enough in the offseason to make any kind of major improvement. They're in for a long year.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
The Thunder with another miss. The 76ers leading by 16.
Yo, set it up.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Adams. Gallinari with it, and it's Richardson picking him up.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
With some arc, and Adams sends it back. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Harris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick and Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable of with his length.
Well, he is just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
Mike Muscala is checked in for the Thunder. Second free throw, no good. See, Webb, if we lower the draft age back to 18, the league will take a larger role developing high school players. Your thoughts?
Well, I think it could be a safety net. You know, so many kids are vulnerable at this time, and they don't have a system, and that's why everything's kind of been messed up for players trying to figure out what is the correct system. How do I really get immersed? I want to be in the NBA. What is the right way? And I think the younger you are, with the more direction that you have, it can only turn out to be a safer process, I would hope.
And getting better pro-level training, too, coaching.
Yeah, pro-level training, pro-level knowledge, pro-level relationships. I think it's a great thing by the way.
The 76ers leading by 15. Richardson kicks to Simmons. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his third foul of the game. Ball against Simmons. Pass to Embiid. Now Richardson. 4 on the shot clock. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Paul looking around. Takes a shot at the elbow. 2 points. That one goes. Paul's got 11.
Well, 1 make in 6 attempts. I think it's fair to say he's had a rough start to this quarter.
Scott finds Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Incredible concentration from the Australian. Even when you body Simmons up, he's great at powering through.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's blocked. Richardson against Paul. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. For the finish. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
Thibault, the pass to Embiid. Here's Thibault. With the fadeaway. Here's Embiid. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Steven Adams picks one up.
And really, how do you guard Embiid when he's this close? You almost have to foul him.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
And a year ago, he was an 80% shooter at the line, so that's more than acceptable.
And he makes the first.
Wow, it's all about the fun-loving personality of Embiid because it's just awesome. I mean, this guy likes to have fun on and off the court.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Diallo comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. He hits both from the stripe. Thunder trailing by 15. Schroeder, right side. Pass to Gallinari. Beyond the arc. Up again.
That's made a huge difference in this game, if you ask me. Their offensive rebounding has been sensational.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Here's Thibault. Gallinari covering. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. These are the teams that have been really dominant in the paint so far this season. 5th on the list, the 76ers.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Adams, the pass to Gallinari. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Diallo. That one, no good. Good D by Embiid. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. At one point, they led by 16. Lets a floater go, and it's good on the way in. Simmons got 4 points this quarter.
Such an impressive athlete. The way Simmons moves on the drive is so natural and under control.
Here's Schroeder. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Simmons got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Richardson. Rebound by Muscala. Thunder trailing by 15. The pass to Diallo. Over Richardson. Here's Adams, and the rejection by Embiid. Here's Muscala. Here's Thibault. Embiid wide open. Good on the triple. Embiid's got 16 points.
At the offensive game of the big fella, I mean, Embiid's game is so polished. That's why you can't let him get hot.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Poor rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
James Ennis, he'll check in for Philadelphia. Korkmaz comes in for Josh Richardson. Schroeder finds Diallo. Now Noel. Pass to Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Diallo, defended by Scott. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. The 76ers leading by 18. Simmons with it. Now guarded by Gallinari. Shot's good by Simmons. He's got 18.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
Oklahoma City shooting a pretty low 34% thus far. Bounce pass from Diallo. Noel down low. Embiid's there. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. The Thunder have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Noel. The 76ers leading by 18. And Simmons kicks to Ennis. Feeds to Embiid. Over Gallinari. Embiid, no good. It's stolen by Ennis. And now here comes Simmons. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Wow. And the versatility of Simmons, astounding, amazing, impressive. Dunks like this are just insane.
Noel finds Diallo. Now Gallinari. He's got 7. And Embiid with the block. And now the 76ers on the break. Simmons is running. It's good. The assist that time from Ennis. Ennis has got 3 assists in the game. Diallo inside. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 15 here tonight.
Cold quarter for him. Ice cold.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Well, Greg, their poise has been tremendous. I mean, excellent at both ends, has them increasing this lead.
Gallinari outside. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter of the game. Outside, Simmons. The hook. The kick out to Scott. Launches it. That shot, no good. And the Thunder going the other way now. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And it's blocked by Simmons.
At the reach of Simmons, I mean, coming into play on these blocks, you got to be careful shooting around this guy.
Korkmaz. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Schroeder, Gallinari against Simmons. Shot clock at 6. A nice shot by Gallinari. Gallinari's got 9 points. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Simmons inside. He's guarded by Schroeder. Makes it off the glass. 26 points for Ben Simmons.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, here is Gallinari. He's got 9. From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. 76ers on top, delivering the blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
But how about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth, we've got Kyle O'Quinn. Ennis out there with Horford, and it's Neto in at the point. Horford kicks to Neto. We see the shift toward players on competing teams becoming friends. How does that compare to when you played, Chris?
It's a little bit different. The players that I admired the most, I wouldn't be friendly with on purpose. We were in the same position. A guy like KG, one of my favorite players ever. We're close now. But during when we played, it was either me or him.
Really?
It was both of us. I didn't want to hang around with him when I'm trying to beat him in the summer. But, you got guys like the Banana Boat crew and LeBron and Wade. They're good friends anyway. Melo and Bron came in 1 and 2, and they had that relationship. So I think relationships are always great. Really, it's just about can you turn the friendship off when you cross the line? I know that Banana Boat crew can, and I know others can as well. And that's all you want. As much as you're friends off the court, I want you to dislike each other on the court through your friendship, just like a big brother, little brother type of thing. So I don't think it's a problem.
Out to the right wing. From 17 feet out, Horford's shot is good.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
The Thunder shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Burton, the pass to Noel. The dish to Schroeder. sweet little floater.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
And it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Pass to Ennis. Passes it to Horford. Fades away. And the shot goes in. Horford's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Now, look, you can't forget about Horford. I mean, especially from the mid-range area where he gets it done.
Schroeder dishes to Noel. And it's blocked by O'Quinn.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
76ers moving the ball around. Korkmaz kicks to Horford. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. A second chance effort. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And with the likely return of prep to pro prospects. Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine. I still think that, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately, should you have that combine. Your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
Justin Patton, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Paul comes in for Dennis Schroeder. The 76ers also with a sub. Zaire Smith, he's checked in for James Ennis. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Here's Paul. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Love how determined Paul is inside. He's skilled at figuring out ways to pick up contact.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
Well, look, I've always thought that the way Paul leads his team was impressive. Look, he's always talking, giving instruction. I guess he's a real player coach.
He's perfect from the line this time. And the NBA 2K League, C-Web, the first e-sport operated by a U.S. pro sport. And it's quickly growing. Do you throw down on the sticks?
Yeah, just a little announcement to all the GMs in the 2K League. I am available. I'm a free agent. I'm ready to go. I'm nice on the sticks. I can play career mode, team mode, one-on-one mode. Whatever you need from me, I am ready to go. But I love it, man. It's great to see people who love this game, whether it's virtual or real life. It's hoops, baby.
So much fun. And that one's good. Burton.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Smith outside. To the paint. Here's Horford. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
I mean, he's been terrific from the field so far this half. I mean, driving his percentage through the roof.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Paul. The teardrop falls in. Paul's got 4 points this quarter.
Some guys in this league have a good floater. Paul's rainbow is exceptional. Fluid, high, and accurate.
Horford finds Neto. The City, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Chris, it seems like some teams have been in rebuild mode for a long time. Is there a point at which the league should step in and maybe, I don't know, take over or give them guidance?
Take a break.
I really do. And not because it's necessarily the fault of the team, because, it's tough to win a championship. But to be a perennial bottom dweller, basement dweller. It's not good for the fans. And fans like myself, every year comes the first game, we think, hey, we could win a championship, we could do it. But, you know, our thought process is not based in knowledge. It's just based in our hope and will for the team. So you definitely want to keep teams straight. You want to keep them honest. And I think the league can find a way to step in but not step on the toes of ownership.
And the Thunder making a change here. Muscala's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Now here's Horford. He's covered by Muscala. Offensive rebound. The shot's good from O'Quinn.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Yeah, and it's inexcusable. But all too common. Basketball one-on-one. When the shot goes up, put a body on someone.
Here's Patton. O'Quinn defending. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Chris, I read this the other day, the NBA announcing the development of the BAL, the Basketball African League. They feel there's a lot of untapped potential there. I would tend to agree.
I'm so excited. I already put my name in the hat to go out there and work with and help develop these kids. Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, just think about this. You want to know what type of talent is out there? Let's just start with the King. Then we go to Mutombo, Embiid. He's from Cameroon. How about Antetokounmpo, who has Nigerian parents? I mean, we can keep on going. How about Ibaka help find Siakam? Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
There's some talent out there, baby. And, yes, I'm excited for the BAL, the Basketball African League. Africa, stand up, baby.
Richardson against Paul. Yep, it counts. Paul's got 6 points in the quarter.
Tonight, Paul's all about putting up points. I mean, most of the time he's a distributor, but tonight he's going out and getting it.
Here's Thibault. The pass to Horford. Richardson outside. Back to Horford. Kicks it to Embiid. There's the triple. Buries it from three-point range. Embiid's got 19 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Richardson covering. Pulls up on the wing, and that one hits back iron.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Paul with the steal. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break chance. Now the 76ers on the break. Here's Thibault. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
And Muscala kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Embiid pulls it down. The 76ers have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Thibault, the pass to Harris. And another turnover here by Philadelphia. Diallo, he's checked in for Paul. And Philadelphia also making a switch. O'Quinn's checked in. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Diallo with it. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. From deep three-point range. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Pass to O'Quinn. Chris, regarding the overstated pre-draft concerns about Luka Doncic, even as the game goes international, it seemed like many GMs are scared to go all in on European players.
And rightfully so. It's a new area, and if they're not immersed into the culture, it may be a little more trepidation on that end. But I would just say, just look at the really the great stories. Whether you're talking about the Vlade Divas or the Sabos that came into the game, and even you can go to Marshall Monis, Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah, come on, Porzingis. We got a lot of great players from overseas that have shown us that they can make the way. But the mistake would be is thinking just because someone lives close to them, they would have the game of a Dirk Nowitzki, and that's not true. So you need to do your due diligence, but I think European players have already proved the type of heart, skill set, and mindset that they come to this game with, which is at the top.
Shooting two.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. That one misses.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
Now here's Burke. Defense right on him. Back to Harris. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Diallo the pass to Burton. Looking to get it going. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Thibault. He's guarded by Diallo. Thibault can't get it to go.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. Good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
The Thunder with another miss.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Poked away. Pass to Burke. See, Webb, the NBA always trying to improve every aspect of the game, and that includes officiating.
Yeah, and it should include officiating, one of the most important parts of the game and one of the toughest jobs within the business of basketball. I mean, these guys are making calls on the fly without the advantage of the camera at home that we have watching through the screen, or without the advantage of slow motion technology. So first of all, kudos to the refs that go out and give it their best every day. We have the best refs in any of sports, I believe, and we still need to improve on that. The league recognizes that, and I love the fact that everybody's doing it together.
Passes it to Baisley. Here's Burton. There's the pass to Nader. Diallo with it from outside the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Wow, his first triple of the second half gives him 2 on the night. He's not making much of an impact from deep.
Burke dishes to Harris. Right at the free throw line. Thunder with the rebound. Patton's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now Diallo. Pass to Patton. Here's Burton. Off target from outside. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Harris looking it over. Pass to Korkmaz. Back to Harris. Over Diallo. Harris's shot is good. Harris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Every season, I mean, Harris seems to enhance his offensive attack. He knows how important it is to keep getting better and better and better.
Here's Burton. No good from outside. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
The floater. Smith for three. The rebound by Patton. Oklahoma City shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the 76ers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Ben Simmons.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
Here's Burton, covered by Smith. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Now, here's Burke. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Al. You guys do it as a 5-man unit on the floor. How did you come together for this win?
Just taking good shots on offense, trying to, getting stops on defense. We challenged every shot. We just played hard tonight.
Great effort and a big win, Al. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. See you next time.